And welcome back, everybody. Because I've recorded every video I need to record from yesterday to today to tomorrow, I've got some freebie time now, which means I can do those videos I like to just do for fun when I got the time. Let's add on into the how strong a Zanpakuto can be video series. I can't remember what I actually labeled it. I think potential or something like that. And we've looked at, I believe, Kai and Shiba's Nejibana. We've looked at Hanatero's Hisagamaru. We've looked at Ikaku's... Actually, I take it back. Did we look at Kai and Shiba's Nejibana? Not 100% sure on that one. I know we've done Ikaku, we've done Mauricio, and we've done Hanatero. Let's look at Momo's now. Momo's Tobiume, which translates basically into Flying Plum Tree. The sword essentially takes the form of a Chinese straight sword, but you'll notice in this picture there are these three branches coming off it, these like little minor blades, although they don't really even look like blades, they're just like prongs. This is because it's modeled off of the idea of the seven-branch sword, which is a heavenly divine blade. Its ability seems to be, though, very basic. It's a fire-type Zanpakuto that throws out fireballs. Okay, great, wonderful. Is that all it can really do? Or does it have a further ability beyond that? What is the theoretical max potential of this Zanpakuto? Knowing, of course, I can't use a Bankai for this one because this Zanpakuto to date does not have a Bankai to it. At least as far as we know. It's possible she's maybe gotten a greater handle on her Zanpakuto skills over the years. We'll have to see what happens with the Hellarch. However, one thing that is certain is the branches on the sword do seem to indicate a level of control and power. Because when we first meet her, she's only got 2 branches on the sword. However, if I'm remembering correctly, when she releases it here, it is in the fake Kurakura Town arc. It's gained a 3rd branch. The idea clearly seems to be as she grows as a person, grows stronger, gets more skilled, she seems to develop another branch on the sword. My guess is by the time we get to the Hellarch, whenever we get around to that, which my guess is we're not going to see the Hellarch come back until we're done with the the 1,000-Year Blood War anime. Until we're done with that, I have a feeling we're not going to see the Hellarch come about. But my guess is we're either going to see her with a full 7 branches on there, or at least 4 or 5, maybe even 6 branches on there. Perhaps the sword's gotten even longer to accommodate for those extra branches. But what do those branches signify? Do they mean something? Apart from, experience, power, all that. Could they represent a strength in the Shikai's actual ability? My guess is it's actually a yes on that. That as it grows, as she grows, as the sword grows in strength, so too does the amount of branches, and so too does the ability. So an obvious answer would be she fires just bigger fireballs, and that's I think to be clear. I mean, more Ryatsu, more a skill, you're going to fire more powerful blasts, because the blasts she fires right now, they're not small, and they certainly pack a punch. They're just not all that lethal. However, one other thing we seem to see with her sword is it seems to react positively with Kido. When she traps the Trebestias, she literally has to flick her sword to ignite her Kido trap, and it basically ignites like a fire trap. It ignites like a bomb. So my guess is this is not solely an elemental fire type. This is an elemental / Kido type Zanpakuto. Which means I can see this Zanpakuto going for its full potential in the future. It's not just one big fireball, but perhaps a fireball in each branch, firing multiple fireballs out there. Maybe with enough skill and control, she can actually manipulate the fireballs and make them track their target. I have a feeling what you could also see with this Zanpakuto is something akin to, say, Benihime, where Benihime's ability seems to be the restructuring of spiritual energy into whatever effect Urahara wants. Obviously, the Bankai restructures everything. So it makes sense that the Shikai only restructures his own spiritual pressure. That's why its abilities are so random and all over the place. I could see a different variation on that here, where she's able to literally channel Kido through her blade and add a fire element to it. I think that could be a really cool way to go down a different path with the Zanpakuto and make it more than just a fire type. For an example, let me get a Hado up here real quick. Hado, I believe, what was it? Hado 33. Is Hado 33 Shakuho? Hado 33. Let's see now. Hado 33, it is Shakuho. No, sorry. Sokatsui. I was initially thinking Sokatsui when I was thinking the Hado. So yeah, Sokatsui, which is the blue flame attack. It's a mid-range Kido, but again, with someone like Byakuya, for example, it's very powerful. So it's really, a low-level Kido can be exceptionally powerful as well. It's all a matter of, how much power and skill you have with it. Regardless, think something like that, but now adding an extra bit of the fire element from her Zanpakuto. It could even change the color of the Kido, because Shakuho is normally a blue color. It adds her flames are a pinkish reddish color. They are that area, so maybe it makes a purple flame and just strengthens her flame. If I go with a different, even more basic Kido real quick here, let's see here. Where are the names of the spells here? Show me the names of all your Hado spells. Okay, there we go. The names of the Hado spells. There we go. I mean, some of the basic ones are like Sho, which is the first one, which is basically just a telekinetic thrust. Then there's the Byakurai, which is the pale lightning, which Byakuya famously used, which is one of my more favorite ones. Let's see, what was it? Sokatsui, Hien, Daichi, Shakuho. That was it. Shakuho, I believe, is 31, and then Okasen is 32. There's a whole mess of Kido spells we've just never seen, by the way. Like, we've only seen, out of the 99 offensive spells, a grand total of 13 official ones, and ones that just don't have an official name, because also there's the hidden Kidos that Ichibe but there's also Raiho, which I believe is Raikoho. Raikoho, which is a giant lightning attack. Hien, which is like a beam of fire attack. A perfect example. Okay, here's a perfect example. Fushibi. That's the attack she ultimately uses. It's a exploding webbing. But here's a perfect example. Tenren, or is it Tenren? Yeah, Tenren, which essentially is a giant gust of wind. She uses that in combination with her Shikai. Honestly, that's kind of what Izuru did. He used Wabisuke to basically kind of like create a fan effect and the giant gust, but instead here you'd have her Shikai activated. She channels it through her Shikai, so she doesn't just use Tenren with the wind, she does a giant fire tornado effect. So basically it'd be Tobiume Tenren. Like basically she now has all these Kido techniques under her belt. Or let's go the opposite way. Let's go with defensive Kidos, because there are more defensive Kidos that we've seen than the offensive ones. Let's see here then. So Kido and ceiling ones. I want my baby back ribs. Then you stupid. Okay, I don't. Well, what? Sorry, it's this site for some reason is being very temperamental with me right now. Barrier seal. Oh, Bakugo spells. That's why I went to barriers. So like there's Sai, which immediately just binds your hands behind your back. Then there's Hanawa, which I think is Bakugo number 4. That one creates just a yellow like chain that binds you. But combine that with Tobiume, that's not just binding you; it's burning you. You use something like say Horin, which is another Kido spell, which actually Momo actually used, or Ryo Jokoro, or Sanjo Sabaku, which is, again, a giant gold chain, or, oh god, this one always, it's the one that Hisaga used. It's Hiapora Rankan, which is all the freaking rods going towards you, except now you make them like flaming rods. That sounded weird, but you get my point. Merging Kido with this blade would be really, really cool. It would make it very diversified from other elemental types, where it actually has a secondary function. It has a base ability to just launch fireballs, but its main ability to add fire element into Kido would be a really cool twist on that, I think. So, in theory, and she is a prodigy of Kido too. Momo is a Kido expert. So this actually leans very well towards her character, and I think would lean very well towards the Zanpakuto in general. Now, what would the Bankai be beyond that? We've already speculated on the Bankai in a different series. But that being said, if I were to just spitball real quick on that idea and just go off there, I think the idea of, I think first and foremost, some sort of tree is the Bankai because it's the seven branched sword. Flying Plum Tree is the name of the Zanpakuto. So some sort of actual tree is I think the Bankai in some manifestation. And something to do with like maybe a flaming keto tree of some kind. And she just can now use these advanced keto spells, like it just scorch people. I don't know. I'm really spitballing on this, but still, it's a really neat idea, I think, for her Zanpakuto in the long run. But this is just my idea. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for the next one.